mandate of the Public Interest and Accountability Committee, PIAC, in holding the country's petroleum industry accountable is being threatened by inadequate financial support. PIAC says its budgetary allocations have in recent years suffered major setbacks, impacting the effective and efficient discharge of their duties. Originally sourcing its funds under the annual budgetary funding amount, there is currently no funding allotment to support the works of the statutory body established by an Act of Parliament. Emmanuel Bright-Kweku joined the committee's first public forum for the year held in Kumasi and filed this report.
The Public Interest and Accountability Committee is an independent statutory body established under Section 51 of the Petroleum Revenue Management Act 2011. It is mandated to promote transparency and accountability in the management and use of petroleum revenues in Ghana. The committee has in the past years enjoyed funding support in carrying out its mandate through the annual budget funding amount from the Finance Ministry, but the squeezed fund allotment is adversely impacting the activities of the committee in ensuring transparency and accountability in the petroleum sector. Richard Kojo Elima is a member of PIAC.
The new government has amended the law, and now no agency is going to get any money from the ABFE. In fact, 95% of the ABFE is going to go into the big push agenda of government, which is the big infrastructure agenda of the government. Only 5% remaining will go into the District Assembly's Common Fund. So effectively, PIAC has been shut out of all funding. We do a lot of outreach programs, which cost a lot of money. Look at the event we've had today. We are supposed to do this in most of the regions across the country. We are also supposed to go for district engagements. We are supposed to meet interest groups. All these cost money. It will also affect our ability to exact accountability from the government. Because if no agency is getting part of the petroleum funding, the question is, what are we going to also monitor?
Although there is an assurance from the government for an alternative funding source, PIAC wants an established allotment directly from the Petroleum Holding Fund. The committee held its first 2025 public forum on management and use of the petroleum revenues in the Ashanti region after being hit with financial constraints. The event, fully funded by Good Governance Africa, a non-governmental research and advocacy organization, saw the members of the public, civil organizations, and other stakeholders deliberate on a judicious use of proceeds from the petroleum sectors. Edwin Tay-Sapong is a senior research officer at Good Governance Africa.
This engagement is critical because revenues that we get from petroleum explorations will at a point in time come to a halt, because petroleum will be exhausted at a point in time. So whatever we are putting, the monies we are getting from it should be able to take care of our cares today and guarantee the futures of our next generation. So if we sit down as Ghanaians and leave our leaders to decide at their own choosing what to do with their resources, it will come back to haunt us.
In its 2024 annual report, the PIAC is recommending increased efforts to secure investments into Ghana's upstream petroleum industry. Former chair of the National Peace Council, Most Reverend Professor Emmanuel Ashanti, impressed on the implementation of recommendations for the needed national development.
It shouldn't be just the petroleum resources that we should be concerned about. I think we should also be concerned about other resources in our country. The cocoa industry, and the many other areas. Monitoring should be very, very, we should be concerned about the monitoring of these resources that are also coming from those areas.
For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright-Kweku.